Hello, this is Jackie Wills. I am now going to introduce part 2 Crazy Patchwork with 10cm hexagons hand sewing project. Part 1 can be seen in my YouTube video clips. Right, what I'm going to demonstrate today is how to start quilting, or an alternative method of quilting your work. Let's just go back as a quick recall. 10cm hexagons, the paper templates. These templates can be purchased from my website, patchworktemplates.com. Each side measures 5cm, point to point across the centre is 10cm. So here's my project so far. I'm holding it up, okay? In the last video clip, you didn't see the buttons. The buttons and a bit of the tacking there is a new feature to this piece of work. It's continuation. So what I'm going to demonstrate is, as a quick reminder, some of these hexagons on here have not been cut up to create crazy patchwork, but some of them have. Basically the technique is you take your hexagon and you just cut it randomly and then cover the pieces in fabric, so you can see how many, you can do it as many times as you like. You can see that how I've worked it in here: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 times. Right, so the next stage to complete the work, we want to do some quilting. Quilting is the method that we use to bind, to hold the layers together. There are lots of traditional ways. This is my way. On this occasion, I've used an old blanket, an old fleece blanket. It's doubled up, and I've just cut it roughly over the size of my piece of work. I like these fleece blankets because they work well. They're easy to sew through. They're strong and they're very, very warm. I'm only doing, you can see the back here. I'm not putting an actual backing on it yet because this is actually going to be a cushion cover, so that will come later. So I went to my my box of buttons, these beautiful buttons I've been collecting over the years. Some of them are bone, some of them are china, some of them are horn, lots of them are mother and pearl. You can see on here I've sewn the buttons onto the work in a random way. It just looks like I've scattered them, really. But before I could do that, I had to keep these 3 layers together. We don't want anything slipping. We don't want it slipping. We need to have it laying flat all the time. So what we do, we start in the centre, and with big tacking stitches, work in a circular motion all the way around, and keeping all your layers together. Go around, big stitches, and it just keeps everything flat, straight. Very, very important you do that. The next bit is quite easy. We select our buttons. I selected some buttons just randomly from my collection and sewed them on. Now you might want them, I can show you a quick tip here how to keep them on your work without them moving off. You know, they easily, you can put them down and they might just fly off. We might want to just like tack them in place, but instead of tacking them in place, a great tip is to use these photo corners. I'm sure you've seen these. They're sticky on both sides. You just take a piece like that there, stick it to the back of the button, and stick it on your work where you want it to be, and it will stay there until you want to sew it. It's easy and it comes off, doesn't leave any marks, but it will stay there. It's quite firm. It will stay there. I find it a very useful thing to do. So that's that. Now what thread am I going to be using for sewing my buttons on here? Well, I'm just going to use embroidery thread. Here's my skein of embroidery thread, and 2 or 3 stitches and then a knot on the back. I'm going to hold this up quite close so you can see how you can see the buttons, how they've been sewn on. Now I have to say, although I like this look, to me it just looks a little bit, I don't know, unfinished. I'm still not completely happy with the way it's looking. So I'm going to be experimenting further by embroidering over the buttons. I've selected some wool, and I might, just might, I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet, I'm thinking about it. I might just do some couching to add some more texture over the buttons, maybe over some of the hexagons. I'm not sure yet, but it's still not, for me this is still not finished. I will make another video clip to show you the progress as time permits. But I'll just show you the back. There's the back. You can see everything all held nicely in place. This is going to be a cushion cover, and hopefully you like what you see. Oh, I must point out that the fabrics here, some of them are silk, some of them are cotton, some of them are Liberty cottons, some of them are vintage, all from my collection. But I have used a variety of textures, chintz, cotton, silk. Right, my name is Jackie Wills, and I hope you've enjoyed this little demonstration. Bye.